Valley Game of the Week, live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
And good evening, everybody. We've made it here to Waverly High School up on the hill. And tonight, the Waverly Tigers will take on the Portsmouth West Senators in SOC3 competition. This is Hayden Milliken joining you here on Total Media Sports YouTube. Glad you could join us. Where right now, the Tigers are in the infield warming up, again, taking on Portsmouth West. The Senators were on the road. They lost to Memphis in their first SOC3 contest. And Waverly, they lost on the road to South Webster, a game that actually went into 8 innings and was scoreless after 7. However, the South Webster Jeeps able to get the lone run in that contest and win the contest by a score of 1-0. Also, a few things we're going to be covering here during this pregame coverage, talking about different things going on in the Sida Valley region. Also tonight, the Eastern Eagles in Pike County, they're taking on Green at Franklin Furnace. See if I can get some score updates for that one throughout the broadcast. Also, a few things to talk about regarding Adena and Uniota when we come back in just a moment here on the Sida Valley Game of the Week, live on Total Media Sports.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
thetelegrammnews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, thetelegrammnews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
thetelegrammnews.com.
Subscribe today at thetelegrammnews.com.
Check it out.
And back here at Waverly High School, getting ready for the start of this one between the Tigers and the Senators of Portsmouth West. And taking a look around the Sida Valley first with Adena. They participated in the annual high school baseball series down in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We're all getting rained out and flooded out. And throughout the weekend, Adena was living it up in the sun at Myrtle Beach. Lost all 3 of their games against, of course, first Bethlehem, Kentucky, 6-3. Halifax County, Virginia, 16-1. And they also lost to Atlantic Collegiate Academy by a score of 15-4. Also, I'd like to congratulate Tony Taylor, the head coach of the Uniota Shermans, who earned his 400th career win as a head coach. This comes after Uniota beat Paint Valley at home on Monday in their conference opener, 3-0. Of course, Taylor's been with the Shermans for well over 20 years at this point. And also one more shout out here for the Piketon Red Streaks. Of course, they lost their first contest on opening day, 11-1 against Oak Hill, and really haven't looked back since. 4 wins for the Red Streaks, 4-1's their record right now. And of course, they beat Southeastern on Monday, 6-4. They play again tomorrow night against a really tough conference opponent, that being Uniota. And then, of course, throughout the week, they play Coal Grove on the road Thursday, non-conference. And then Friday, they take on Westfall at home. And also, speaking of the Mustangs, they also began conference play with a 1-0 start. They beat Huntington by a score of 3-1. So a little bit of a look at things going on across the Sida Valley. And again, as we mentioned earlier, Eastern is taking on Green tonight. And they'll return home tomorrow to take on the Sims Valley Vikings in SOC2 competition. Now for a look at Portsmouth West. They are, as we have it here, 0-3. They lost in a split doubleheader to Portsmouth and Fairland. That game against Memphis was a 5-3 finish on last Wednesday. The games against Ironton and Peebles, they were not played due to weather. Of course, we've been dealing with rain like crazy this last week or so. Tornado warnings out where I live, and just throughout the region it seems like rain and tornadoes and just the heavy wind. It's been awful through here. Seen some pictures of this area up near Lake White where the water was all the way up near the dam. It was insane, and it's just been really heavy lately with the weather. And of course, we're just now being able to play some of these games. This game was actually scheduled scheduled for yesterday, but the outfield's still a little bit muddy. Of course, the West Senators, led by Brady Niddle, second-year coach. Of course, some upcoming games for them we'll get to later in the broadcast. They do have one, like the Tigers do, coming up this week at VA Memorial Stadium after this. But again, they are 0-1 in the SOC 3. And looks like the outfield and the field in general drying up today. Of course, sunny, really nice out today other than the cool temperatures. And, of course, not much wind to really take into factor for this at the moment. However, the wind has been on and off throughout the day. So we'll see if that plays a factor at all during today's contest. Of course, again, this was scheduled to be yesterday. However, the field was not ready. And also a game that the Waverly Tigers were not able to play. Of course, this past Friday, we were supposed to broadcast that when Waverly was to take on Huntington at VA Memorial Stadium. However, that game was canceled due to rain. However, the nightcap that evening, Zane Trace and Chillicothe played in a close one. I believe without looking, it was a 9-8 final. Chillicothe rallying near the end. Zane Trace was up big, tied it heading into the sixth inning of the bottom of the sixth, where Zane Trace got the one run that actually proved to be the winning run for them, and they were able to close it out in the seventh inning. So we got just a few minutes here. It is 4:56, so in about 4 to 5 minutes we should have the coaches meeting and get ready for this contest between the Waverly Tigers and the Portsmouth West Senators. We'll be back in just a moment here on Total Media Sports with the starting lineups for both the Tigers and the West Senators in this conference contest on Total Media Sports.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
thetelegramnews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, theteleGramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at theteleGramNews.com.
Check it out.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
And back here in Tiger Town, where the Waverly Tigers and Portsmouth West Senators continue to warm up. Got the starting lineups here for both sides. Going to begin first with the West Senators. The batting rotation for them is going to be Coriel. We also got Kessinger, Tipton, Kegley, Rapp, Picklesimmer, Detweiler, Pitts, and Patton. And the designated hitters also got Windsor. You got a few other names here. We're going to have to get some clarity on those. And also for the Waverly Tigers, Cage Alexander will be leading off for Waverly tonight. Also followed by Caleb Cox, Hunter Houck, Will Armstrong, Liam Cross, Landon Ramey, who actually pitched in the game at VA Memorial Stadium for a little bit. We also got Sawyer Myers, we got Braylon Spriggs, and Gunnar Myers is designated hitter. And also we got Mason Sparks out there for the Waverly Tigers. So just a little bit of a look at the starting lineups for both sides for Portsmouth West and for Waverly. And we are again only moments away here from the start of this contest between Waverly and also between the Senators of Portsmouth West. Both sides again out warming up, and Waverly looks like they're currently out on the field. It looks like West out there as well. Of course, the Waverly Tigers, led by Coach Jeff Noble. Also a couple assistants down there, Total Media guys, may I add. Got Tim Frederick, T-Fred, and the General, Jeff Davis. I brought in, of course, I never come to a broadcast without a bottle of ski. It's just something I never do. And, of course, the General is not a fan of ski. I'm just going to go ahead and write them out right here for everyone to hear. And so what do? Of course, the first thing I do, I go down there a moment ago, show him the bottle of ski. I offered him one. I offered to get him one, but he just didn't seem all that interested in it. But that's just me being a good Samaritan. I can't say I didn't try. And again, so that's the look of the coaching staff for the Waverly Tigers. And again, talking about Niddle for Portsmouth West, one of the younger coaches, may I add, in this corner of the SOC 3. I believe I saw somewhere that he's only in his 20s. And he's, of course, a former player for Portsmouth West, baseball player. Remember a little bit about that. And then also, of course, he was an assistant for Memphis during their run in the SOC when they were on top. And also, of course, an assistant. How about this one? Talking about an impressive notch in your resume, regardless of the situation. An assistant coach for the Bears of Shawnee State in the college baseball scene. So just a little bit of a look at him. Now, we've been told, of course, talking about Portsmouth West, this is one of those games we were told that necessarily the records, got to throw them out the window, because you take a look at both of these teams right here. And with Portsmouth West, of course, we were told that they were going to start their best pitcher that they have here this evening. Of course, he's going to probably lead it off for Portsmouth West, and we'll see what they do there. So again, only moments away here from the start of this contest. Any moment now, we should have the coaches meeting with coaches warming up here on both sides. Also, shout out to one other Total Media personality up here on the PA right here next to me, and graciously sharing his roster. Talking about being a good Samaritan like we were talking about a moment ago. Got Matt Snodgrass up here right next to me. So what we're going to do is here in just a minute, we're going to have the start of this contest, and we'll be back here in just a moment on Total Media Sports. So keep it locked in right here.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
thetelegram.news.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, thetelegram.news.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
thetelegram.news.com.
Subscribe today at thetelegram.news.com.
Check it out.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
And back here at Waverly High School, and real quick, would also like to shout out our stream guru up here with us, the one, the only, Julian Villarreal. He's got a shout out. He's got excited. I love that look on his face. He's excited. He's excited as we are for this one between Portsmouth West and Waverly. You see Coach Knob coming out here, so it looks like we're only minutes away from the start of this contest as both coaches meet out here at home plate. And again, seconds away here. Also would like to shout out some of our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Without them, couldn't provide Scioto Valley coverage around the region. Of course, that is none other than First National Bank of Waverly, got Quick Stop Lube and Tire of Piketon, and then we also got Bodkin and Hornback Funeral Home, Kirchhoff Automotive, and we'll get to the rest here in just a moment. So without all those people, we could not do these broadcasts. And so again, your sponsorship is very greatly appreciated. Up here in the press box, and you talk about a trek to get up here, man. We get to this press box and 2 floors here at Waverly. You got to go up this big staircase, make your way up the staircase. You get here up to the covered area. Don't want to get hit by a foul ball, which that's why I got Matt right here next to me. He'll get hit by a foul ball, and I'll just be fine. So we get up here, and of course I come down and drop the ski that I was talking about a moment ago. I just got done talking to General, came back up, dropped the ski, spilled it a little bit everywhere. I'm surprised the bottle did not blow up from taking that massive fall. But somehow, one way or the other, come hook or by crook, I'm still drinking from this bottle of ski, and ain't nothing going to stop me from doing that here. Now, you see, we got the meeting between the officials and the coaches, and we are just seconds away from the start of this one between the Waverly Tigers and the Senators of Portsmouth West. The pitcher I was alluding to a moment ago for the Senators is Tipton. Tipton will be starting as the pitcher for Portsmouth West here this evening. And we'll get through the rest of the infield and outfield positions as we get them here little by little for both Waverly and for Portsmouth West. So again, we had it a moment ago. Cage Alexander will be leading off for Waverly, freshman who played second base in the last contest we covered against Hillsborough, and Waverly came away from that one with a 4-2 victory, which, of course, the most recent win for the Tigers, and then, of course, the contest that ensued following that between Waverly and South Webster. Again, that game went into 8 innings after being scoreless after 7. And that is how the Waverly Tigers picked up loss number 1 in the SOC3. But with both teams here this evening being 0-1, big opportunity here for either side to bounce back. And as the coaches warm up here, only seconds away from the starting lineups being introduced by Matt Snodgrass, the one, the only. Both sides warming up, talking up here, and so we're going to be ready in just a moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to take one last break here on Total Media Sports, and we'll be back for the start of this one here in just about 30 seconds.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Back here in Tigertown, and I can't tell if I'm at a baseball game or now if I'm at a high school basketball game with the Chicago Bulls team playing here as we get ready to introduce the Waverly Tigers. Again, looking at Portsmouth West, they had 2 contests. Not sure if either will be rescheduled between Ironton and Peebles. And Matt Snodgrass, the PA announcer, introducing both teams for this contest for Waverly and for Portsmouth West. And also talking about some other area games and area teams. The Western Indians in baseball competition, looking at the local scoreboard, losing to Oak Hill recently in SSC competition by a score of 29-0. As they're introducing the Waverly Tigers, here comes Will Armstrong, the catcher. At first base is going to be Liam Cross.
Number 16, Landon Ramey.
Cross at first base, Ramey at left field.
The pitcher, number 8, Braylon Spriggs.
And Spriggs is pitching this evening. Of course, Gunnar Myers is the designated hitter for Waverly.
Number 12, Mason Sparks.
And Mason Sparks is at center field. Got a few other positions there, didn't have filled at the moment. So it looks like in this one, instead of Hurt, it is going to be, of course, Spriggs starting as the pitcher for this contest. And both teams lining up here, getting ready for, I believe, the national anthem. So here in a moment, we'll step aside and let you listen to the national anthem here before the start of this contest.
We live in the greatest country in the world. Please stand. Gentlemen, remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes in bright stars
And there you have it, the national anthem. Also, shout out to our other sponsor here this evening. Failed to mention them earlier. Got Clinkers Lumber and Builder Supplies in Waverly, Ohio, also sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Also, alongside, of course, ones I mentioned a little bit earlier. First National Bank of Waverly, Quick Stop Lube and Tire. We also got Bach and Hornback Funeral Home and Kirchhoff Automotive. Some of our sponsors here this evening, bringing you tonight's coverage of Waverly Tiger baseball. And of course, the Portsmouth West Senators will be starting off this one as we get ready for tonight's contest between Waverly and Portsmouth West. And thank you all for joining us here on the live stream Total Media Sports. Looks like the views are starting to pour on. Of course, got the live chat open during this broadcast. So if you want to go in and support your side, whether you're a fan of Portsmouth West or a fan of Waverly, go ahead and do that. I try to check those a little bit during the broadcast. So if I have an opportunity, who knows, you might even get mentioned. Definitely worth trying, right? No promises, can't make any promises, but who knows? I'm here and watching these sides getting ready to warm up for the start of this one, and well, looks like I'm doing this one standing up. My laptop getting the seat here this evening, and just standing back here in the corner. Great view from up here, though, may I add, from the press box of this contest. Just up here way past the backstop, and of course an elevated view mentioned a moment ago, 2 floors up here. So you get a nice view about everything up here, and a guy like me who definitely has the worst vision on Hex Creation and still can get a great view up here of center field, right field, left field, the outfield. And again, I am very beyond grateful for that. Also, shout out here to the Waverly concession stand, supplying us here with some water and bop, keeping me going this evening. I know that for a fact.
Leading off for the Senators.
And here comes Will Kegley. Excuse me, Cornell is leading off for Portsmouth West. And getting ready here at the mound for Waverly again is going to be Spriggs. As we get ready for the first pitch of tonight's contest. First pitch to Cornell is coming, and this one is going to be popped and fouled. 0-1 the count. Got just a little bit of that one, but of course, just in foul territory. Spriggs pitch coming, and this one is going to be hit into the left field, and it is going to be caught for out number 1. And on that out. So out number 1 recorded for Portsmouth West.
Number 7, the third baseman, Kessinger.
Kessinger coming up to bat for the Senators. 1 already down here in the top of the first. Managing to get a little bit of that one, but it is going to be reeled in. This one is going to be called strike 1. Gets that corner. No balls, 1 strike. Spriggs pitch to Kessinger, and this one is going to be down the middle, and it is going to be reeled in by Sparks for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for Portsmouth West.
The pitcher, number 8.
And Tipton coming up to bat for Portsmouth West. Quickly, just like that, in quick fashion, Cornell and Kissinger already down. And straight to Tipton here with 2 outs. No one on base here at the top of the first inning, 0-0. And here's the first pitch from Spriggs, and this one is going to be inside, called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Spriggs' pitch is coming, and this one is going to be inside again for strike 2. Little curveball there. 0-2 the count right away for Spriggs. Off to a decent start. The next one coming, and this one is going to be hit on in right field. Looks like it's going to be a base hit for Tipton, and Tipton is going to round the bases, thinking about going to second, but no, he will stay at first. And a base hit for the Senators, and Tipton with a single.
The catcher, number 4, Kegley.
And here comes Will Kegley for Portsmouth West. Name I'm familiar with when I went over there broadcasting Piketon baseball. Piketon basketball, should I say. He plays basketball, baseball. I believe he may even play football, too. So 2 outs, 1 Senator on base. The inning remains live for Portsmouth West with Kegley coming to bat. Springs at the mound here for Waverly. And his first offering is going to be outside and slides back to Tipton to first base and able to get back in time. It's going to be called ball 1. One to Kegley, and Tipton still thinking about it over there at first, but going to hang on. Trying to keep his eyes on both sides of Springs. 1-0 pitch coming to Kegley, and this one is going to be, it looks like Tipton sliding to second. Do they get the tag in? And yes, sir, he's out. So Tipton tries to steal second, but is tagged out and does not slide in safe. So 1 hit there for the Portsmouth West Senators, but no runs recorded yet for West. So we head to the bottom of the first inning where it is knotted up here, 0-0 here on Total Media Sports. Back in just a moment.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
thetelegrammnews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, thetelegrammnews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
thetelegrammnews.com.
Subscribe today at thetelegrammnews.com.
Check it out.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
0-0 the score heading into the bottom of the first inning. Portsmouth West able to get a base hit there. Tipton was able to get on first, trying to steal second with Kegley on bat. However, it was not enough as he went to slide in, was tagged out, and the Waverly Tigers getting ready to come up for their first at-bat. With leading off, of course, is going to be Cage Alexander. Just a moment here again, Tipton, we were talking about him a moment ago. He goes from getting tagged out to right over to the mound. Tipton pitching for Portsmouth West, getting in a couple pitches here before he gets to going. One of the top pitchers, as we are told here, for Portsmouth West. See how he does here this evening on the mound. And more people continuing to pour in up here in the press box. Definitely one of those things, I'll say this, I love it up here, that's for sure. And coming up here, Cage Alexander batting for the Waverly Tigers.
Leading off for the Waverly Tigers, number 1, Cage Alexander.
Cage getting a little bit of a reaction here from the Waverly fans as he comes up for his first at-bat here this evening. Cage got out the last few times. Of course, he took on Hillsborough, but did make a big line drive in that game against Hillsborough, if memory serves as well, which actually helped Waverly in the goings of that contest. And that pitch is going to be way low in the dirt for ball 1. 1-0 the count here to Cage Alexander. Tipton's pitch low. Where's it coming? Here comes the 1-0 pitch from Tipton, and it is going to be line drive in the right center, and Cage Alexander is going to get a base hit. Like that, the Waverly Tigers are on base and creeping in. Cage Alexander gets one.
24, Caleb Cox.
Alexander on first, no outs, and Caleb Cox coming up here to bat for Waverly. Just like that, getting on first base. Nice hit there by Cage Alexander. Line drive will go. Owens gets back to Alexander, and he gets back to first in time. Close play, though, at first a moment ago. Plays like that sometimes can get a little bit uncomfortable up here when you see how close they are. And here comes Tipton's pitch to Cox in just a moment. And it looks like Cox shaping up the bunt, and Alexander making his way to second, and they can't reel it in, and Alexander slides into second safely. Alexander able to get a steal there. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Cage making it to second, and Cage stepping out here for a minute, calls time. Cox steps back in. Already a hit and a steal here for Waverly in the bottom of the first. Whatever, still shaping up to bunt here is Cox. As here comes the pitch, and able to get a little bit of that one, but fouled. Cox at the plate, that's called strike. Steps out of the mound here for a second, takes time again. Looking over towards second. Here's the pitch by Tipton, and that is going to be called strike three. It was 0-2 the count, and a curveball there able to take Cox out of the equation. Out number one. Hunter Houck coming up to bat for Waverly. One out and one on second. Still a little bit of breathing room here for the Tigers. As Houck steps up to the plate for his first at-bat this evening. Looks in, looks over again to Alexander. Looks like he's maybe thinking about third. And that one is going to be just inside for strike one. Nice pitch there by Tipton. Brings it to 0-1. The 0-1 pitch is going to be called ball one. Outside, 1-1 the count to Hawk. They call him the Hawk Man. Of course, Hawk is his name. But of course, it can be easily mispronounced, which has led to that nickname for him. Tipton's 1-1 pitch, 2-1 the count. Two straight balls, able to get a strike on the first pitch to Houck. And now 2-1 is the count. Cage Alexander on second base, 0-0 the score, one out here in the bottom of the first inning. Houck looking in. Here comes Tipton's pitch. And this one is going to be a line drive down the middle. And Houck is going to get on first base. And Cage Alexander rounding third and heading home. And it looks like he's going to make it in. Yes, sir. 1-0 the score. Cage Alexander makes her home.
The catcher, number 4, Will Armstrong.
Armstrong coming up to bat. And also getting on first base is Houck. Houck gets an RBI single on that one to bring Cage Alexander home, but is content staying right at first base. Already getting an early lead here over Portsmouth West, and only one out, so some more room to work with. And this one is going to be right down left field, and Armstrong going to make it on first. Houck going to make it to second. Another base hit for the Tigers. Make that the third hit here of the inning.
The first baseman,
and here comes Cross.
Liam Cross.
Cross plays first base in the infield for Waverly. Comes in with two Tigers on base, one run already brought home, and only one out. 1-0 the score here in the bottom of the first. And Tipton looks in here, Cross. You got runners on two bases here, trying to keep eyes in the back of your head. And Cross's hit is going to be up high and way back. And Cross, all the way to the fence. And looks like we may have runners coming home. Here comes 1-2-0 the score. Another run here as Houck makes it in for Waverly, and here comes Armstrong. 3-0 the score, and all the way over to third base. Cross makes it to third off of that. Here comes Landon Ramey. 3-0 the score.
Landon Ramey.
A convincing start here for the Waverly Tigers, and quickly regrouping over at the mound is Tipton with the catcher. Waverly looking good here. 3-0 the score. Runs coming home. Of course, no one on bases now. Empty. They're actually correction. Got one on third. And again, may I add, I've said this a couple times, but only one out. Landon Ramey at the plate for Waverly. Here's Tipton's pitch, and this one is going to be just outside ball one. One-0 pitch coming to Ramey, and this one is going to be low. 2-0 the count. Ramey at bat, 2 balls, no strikes. And there's going to be strike one in the inside corner. They call that one a strike. Just grazing the corner there. 2 on the count. Comes the 2-1 pitch to Ramey. And this is going to be called ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike here to Landon. Ramey here. Again, 3-1 the count. 3-0 the score here in the bottom of the first inning. Only 1 out. And this one's going to be low, and Ramey's going to walk. Ramey makes it to first base. Runners on the corners for Waverly. And the run continues here for the Tigers in the first inning. As coming up next for Waverly is going to be, looks like Sawyer Myers. One, of course, 2 Myers twins for Waverly. Of course, he's got his brother Gunner. Both of them got a little bit of height to them as well, may I add. Both of them around the 6'1" range. Looks like we're already having a pitching change here for Waverly. So while they warm up a new pitcher, we'll get the info on that in just a moment. We're going to step aside here on Total Media Sports in the bottom of the first inning. Waverly up 3-0. Back in just a moment on Total Media Sports.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, TheTelegramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at TheTelegramNews.com.
Check it out.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Coming off a pitching change here, Kessinger now at the mound here for Portsmouth West. And Tipton already being brought out here. Looks like they don't want to take any chances here early, already down 3 runs. And of course you got Cross and some other ones here on base for Waverly. Got runners on the corners at first and at third. Getting ready here to come on plate for his at-bat is going to be Sawyer Myers. Right when Kessinger gets warmed up, which should be any second now. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Bach and Hornback Funeral Home, Kirchhoff Automotive, Clinkers Lumber and Builder Supplies. We also got Quick Stop Lube and Tire in Piketon, and First National Bank. here in the bottom of the first inning. Only one out still, and Waverly up here on Portsmouth West. Already a nice start. 3-0 is the score. As Myers getting ready to come up here to bat for the Tigers. Again, runners on the corners for Waverly. Got Ramey and Cross on the corners. Ramey at first, Cross at third.
Now batting for the Tigers, the third baseman, number 2, Sawyer Myers.
Third baseman Sawyer Myers here. Steps out. Again, Kessinger, the new pitcher out here for Portsmouth West. Only one out here for the Tigers, and here comes Kessinger's first pitch. That was going to be outside and a wild one. And looks like we've got Ramey sliding in off a pass ball, and he'll make it to second base. Ramey advances to second. Cross still on third. Looks like Knob regrouping here for a moment with Myers. Coach Jeff Noble down there. He stays near third base. And you'll see him on the other side. Got T. Fred at first base. So that'll be ruled ball one. 1 ball, no strike. 1-0 pitch from Kessinger coming, and this one is going to be inside here, called strike one. It's that corner, 1-1 the count. One coming to Sawyer Myers, third baseman, and this one's going to be out for ball number 2. 2-1 the count. 2 balls, 1 strike to Sawyer Myers. Kessinger here at the mound for Portsmouth West. Just coming in here in place of Tipton in relief. Quickly here in the first inning, not wasting any time on a pitching change. And this one is going to be popped back and fouled. 2-2. 2-2 count here. Runners on second and third. Ramey on second. Cross on third base. Up here, 3-0 are the Waverly Tigers with 1 out in the bottom of the first. And this one is going to be outside. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Full count here. See what Sawyer can do here. A bit of a high pressure situation now for Myers. See if he can try to bring a runner home. Myers steps in, and here comes the full count pitch from Kessinger. And this one is going to be popped up past the mound, and it is going to be reeled in for out number 2. And looks like Sawyer Myers is out, and make that the second out here of the inning for Waverly.
Designated hitter, number 27, Gunnar Myers.
And from one Myers to another, now Gunnar Myers coming in. He's DH, and he is stepping up here to the plate for Waverly. 2 outs here, 3-0 in the bottom of the first. And here comes the first pitch, and this one is going to be outside for ball 1. One 1-0 the count here to Gunnar Myers. Here comes Kessinger's 1-0 pitch, and it's going to be ball 2. Now it is, of course, 4-0, looks like. Missed him, but Cross came home. And this one is going to be high. Another ball here. To 2-0 the count to Gunnar Myers. 4-0 the score. And a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Already up nice here are the Waverly Tigers. Only one out away from retiring the inning. Here's a pitch and another swing, but looks like Myers going to try and make his way first and is tagged out. So the Waverly Tigers able to produce 4 runs and get a 4-0 lead here as we head into the second inning with the Senators up to bat. We'll be back in just a moment here on Total Media Sports.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, TheTelegramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at TheTelegramNews.com.
Check it out.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Headed here to the top of the second inning. Hayden Milliken here with you on Total Media Sports, where the Waverly Tigers get 4 runs right out of the starting gate and getting ready here for the top of the second inning. Spriggs still at the mound here for Waverly.
Off for the Senators, number 4, Kegley.
And Will Kegley at bat for Portsmouth West. Springs at the mound. Kegley at bat here for Portsmouth West. And the first pitch coming, and this one is going to be popped towards center field. It's going to be reeled in. Can they get the play in time to first base? And it will be marked safe. Could not get it in time to cross, and it is going to be ruled safe at first base. Getting a base hit there is Kegley right out the get-go. Runner on first base here. See what Portsmouth West can try to do. Already down 4 here in the second inning. First pitch coming from Spriggs is going to be called strike 1. As Rapp at the plate for Portsmouth West, a swing and a miss. Called strike. 0-2 the count to Rapp. Spriggs coming here with the 0-2 pitch. Already one Senator on base. See what they can do here. Rapp swings on it and misses. Tries to slide back to first base in time. Does Kegley makes it. So out number 1, 1 on base and 1 already out.
3, Picklesheimer.
And Picklesheimer coming in for Portsmouth West. Top of the second inning, 4-0 the score, Waverly on top. And the pitch to Picklesheimer is going to be popped and fouled. And times like this are why I'm reminded why there's a net here behind us. 0-1 the count. And you know, when I get to 60 years old, I hope I can run like T-Fred does like over there. 0-1 the count, and this one's going to be popped back and fouled again. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Here to Picklesheimer. Springs with the 0-2 pitch, and this one is going to be towards third base. The play is going to be made at second. Can they complete the double play? No. So Picklesheimer does make it on first base. However, an out is going to be recorded for the West Senators. Make that out number 2. 2 down for Portsmouth West.
19, Detweiler.
And Detweiler up to bat for the Senators. Already through a good bit of the batting rotation here for Portsmouth West. Spriggs' pitch is coming, and this one is going to be popped up, and this is a wild pitch, and looks like going to make it to second is Pickle Simmer. Pass ball, and Pickle Simmer now on second base. Pitch just a bit low there, and not able to be reeled in by the catcher. Of course, will be called a ball as well. 1-0 the count. Detweiler in, of course, runner on second. And here's the pitch, and this one's going to be called strike one. Nice pitch there. 1-1 count. And this one is going to be ball two. 2 balls, 1 strike, just a bit outside. 4-0 the score. 2 outs here at the top of the second. That was going to be called strike 2. 2-2 the count to Detweiler. 1 more strike to retire the side and bring the Tigers already back up on bat. Here's the pitch, and this one is going to be fouled. Hopefully no vehicles parked in that vicinity back there. Don't see anybody, so no windshield smashed off of that foul ball. Runner again on second base. 2-2 pitch coming again for Detweiler. Spriggs' pitch is going to be popped up and fouled again. Keeping the at-bat alive here for a moment. Got a little bit of it both times there, just not enough. Steps back in here. Count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch coming again, and this one's going to be popped back, and yet another foul in the left field. Three foul balls here for Detweiler in a row. Pitch coming, and full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Able to get a ball there out of Spriggs. And I smell popcorn, so I may have to just sneak out of here in just a moment and head down to concessions. Full count here, 3 balls, 2 strikes to Detweiler, and this is going to be fouled once again. Sounds like a few people down there cheering on T-Fred for all these foul balls that he's having to scoop up. Full count here, still to Detweiler. And once again with the full count pitch. And this one's going to be swing and a miss and makes its way to first, and it is going to be out. Makes it over there to cross, and there's out number 3. No runs produced by the Senators, and the Tigers making their way back to bat here in the bottom of the second. We'll be back in just a moment here on Total Media Sports.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, TheTelegramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
The TelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at TheTelegramNews.com.
Check it out.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
4-0 the score here at Tiger Town, leading to the bottom of the second inning. Mason Sparks leading off the inning for the Tigers, already up here 4-0 over the Portsmouth West Senators. Trying to make some moves there in the inning. However, Portsmouth West not able to produce, keeping it here at no runs for them thus far. Kissinger at the mound for Portsmouth West. And the first pitch coming in a moment. Leadoff pitch to Sparks. And this one is going to be outside. We're going to call that one strike one. 0-1 to count. Took a second there to make that call. No balls, one strike. And here comes the 0-1 pitch and a swing and a miss. Like that, strike two to Sparks. 0-2 the count. Here we go, the 0-2 pitch coming in just a moment. Kessinger's pitch is going to be into first base, line drive, and it looks like they're going to be able to make the play to get Sparks out at first base. Sparks out, and the rotation continues for the Tigers.
The second baseman, number 1, Cage Alexander.
Resetting to the top of the rotation. Cage Alexander back at bat after a big play on the first at bat for him, 1 for 1. Cage making his way up to the plate again. Just a freshman, too, so they got a few more years with him. And there's a pitch way outside by Kessinger for ball 1. One ball, no strikes to Alexander, nobody on base, and one out here in the bottom of the second inning. And here's the pitch to Cage, and it's going to be fouled. 1-1 to count. Alexander steps back in, and here comes Kessinger's 1-1 pitch. And this one is going to just get the corner for strike 2. Called strike here, 1-2 pitch, and this one is going to head towards the shortstop, and can they make the play at first? And looks like they're going to say Alexander is safe off of that. Looks like, see if they call their, Cage does get on to first base. Just ruled safe at the mound, at the plate. Alexander makes his way to first base, count that as a single. And Cox going to make his way back up to bat again for the Tigers. You know, now that Snodgrass has stepped away from the microphone, I could try pulling double duty. It ain't the first time I've tried such a thing. Have a little bit of experience with that. And Cox again shaping up to bunt. Looks like he did that last time too, and play is going to be made to first. And there's going to be an out. Actually, no, they're not going to say he is out off of that. Just a bit of a pitch, spot on control, foul ball, miscommunication. So Cox is still at the plate for Waverly. Looks like it's going to be, here's a pitch coming. And this one is going to be a bit high. Only missed one batter here. And here comes the pitch to Cox. 1-1. And Cox gets this one high up, and this one is going to be played on in the right field, and it's going to be dropped, and Cox will make it to first base. Alexander goes to second. You got to chalk that one up as a Portsmouth West error. Not able to reel the ball in at center.
Number 10, Hunter Houck.
Hunter Houck stepping up to bat now for Waverly. Made it on base and made it home last time he was at bat. Already 2 innings in, and already going back through the rotation here for Waverly. Only 1 out. And runners on first and second. Already up as well, 4-0. As here comes the pitch to Hauk in just a moment. And this one is going to be outside. Just a little high, looked like ball 1. 1-0 the count. Hunter Hauk here. The 1 pitch, and it is going to be called strike 1. Now it's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be fouled. Got a little bit of that one. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes to Hauk. Hauk calls time. Here's the pitch, and I'm going to get this one down the middle, and is it going to drop? It does. And looks like bases are loaded, and Alexander rounding third. Is he going to make it back? Yes, sir. Cage Alexander with another run home. Cage Alexander scores. 5-0 is the score, and runners on first and second here once again.
The catcher, number 4.
Hauk with a big RBI there. Hauk gets the ribby, and Armstrong coming up to bat. Great performance here over these last couple innings at bat for the Tigers. Still only 1 out. And here comes Kessinger's pitch to Armstrong. It's going to be curveball, strike 1. Oh, 1 the count to Armstrong. 5-0 the score here at the bottom of the second. And looks like Armstrong gets a little bit of that one, but it slides through, and Armstrong makes it to first base, and it should be safe. Bases are loaded.
The first baseman, number 21, Liam Cross.
Cross coming up again to bat here. Bases loaded situation for the Tigers. Let's see what Cross can do at the plate. And here's the pitch. And this one's going to be called ball 1. Able to scoop that one up. Wild pitch there. Would have allowed a runner to come home. Reeled this one in. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch again by Kessinger, and this one's going to pop in. It's going to be dropped, and another runner makes his way home. Cox gets it home for Waverly. Now 6-0 the score. And the runs continuing to pile on for the Tigers.
Landon Ramey.
And Landon Ramey up to bat for Waverly. Base is still loaded here. Cross getting a single. And an RBI. Also looks really good on the stat book, may I add. And here comes Kessinger's pitch, and it's going to be fouled by Ramey. 0-1 the count. Ramey just grazes that one. And here comes the 0-1 pitch to Ramey, and a swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes. Only one out, too. This would be the second out. But still at the plate. Pitch coming. This is going to be way outside for ball one. Bit of a miscalculated pitch there and goes out. A swing and a miss. There's out number two. Ramey trying to get it and is unable to do so as Sawyer Myers comes up.
Sawyer Myers.
Still bases loaded for the Tigers, with Sawyer Myers making his way up to bat for Waverly once again. Both Myers twins have made their way up to bat for Waverly. Sawyer here being 1-for-1. And here's the pitch. And it is going to be just a little bit outside there, 1-0. Keep in mind, calling these pitches up here from my angle, sometimes it could be a little higher than it actually is as well sometimes. And here's the pitch, and a curveball there is going to be called strike one. 1-1 the count here to Sawyer Myers. In a high-pressure situation if you're Kessinger for West. Just trying to retire the inning if you're Portsmouth right now. This one's going to be popped right to Kessinger. He just has to make the play at first, and he does. So, 2 more runs scored for the Waverly Tigers here heading into the third inning. 6-0 is the score with the Senators coming to bat and starting the third inning here on Total Media Sports.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, TheTelegramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at TheTelegramNews.com.
Check it out.
Here in the top of the third inning, the Portsmouth West Senators coming up here to bat, and the Waverly Tigers once again with Spriggs here at the mound, able to produce 2 more runs here in the second inning. We'd like to thank some of our sponsors as well. Quick Stop, Lube and Tire of Piketon. We got First National Bank, Bakken Hornback Funeral Home, Kernshoff Automotive, and Clinkers Lumber and Builders Supplies. So thank you once again to our sponsors for bringing you tonight's broadcast here between Waverly and Portsmouth West. Already to the top of the third inning. Of course, the bottom of the first seemed to go a while, but the second inning just seemed to fly by, night and day, the time difference here. Also want to shout out the music selection here as well. I don't know, I'm just a sucker for classic country music.
Leading off the top half of the third inning, number 13, Pitts.
Pitts coming up to bat for the Senators, leading off the inning. And the pitch coming, and it is going to be called strike one. 0-1 the count. And it looks like this one is going to be just a bit low, hits the dirt. One and one to Pitts, 1 ball, 1 strike. As this one is going to be Curveball, strike two. Pitch coming from Spriggs, and this one is going to be popped towards the shortstop. The play is going to be made at first base, and it is going to be reeled in by Cross for out number one.
Number 26, Patton.
Patton coming up to bat for the Senators. Already one out for Portsmouth West. One batter up, one batter down. Patton makes his way up here, and here's the pitch. And this one is going to be called in for strike one. 0-1 the count. And going to be just a bit low there for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Comes Spriggs, and this one is going to be foul. 1-2. Already one out here in the third. No one on base. And here's a pitch for Spriggs, and that one is going to be low and in the dirt for ball two. 2-2 the count. Going to be just low again. Full count. House full, that one a little close. Full count coming here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the full count pitch coming here. And this one is going to be popped into near third base. Going to be dropped. And there's going to be a single.
The leadoff batter, number 2, Cornell.
Cornell batting now for Portsmouth West and bringing it back to the top of the rotation here. As Patton able to make it on first on that last play. Pitch coming to Cornell, and this one is going to be fouled. Just grazing that one, going back. 0-1 the count. Looks like for a second he might be shifting up to bunt, but no, yes sir, now he does. And that one is going to be in the foul territory. Another foul, 0-2. Only one out, one on base. Pitch is coming, and a swing and a miss. Strike 3. Out number 2 for the Senators. And another strikeout for Spriggs.
Number 7, Kessinger.
Kessinger, the relief pitcher, coming in to bat for Portsmouth West. 2 down here in the top of the third inning. 6-0 the score. Waverly on top. Pitch coming by Spriggs, and this one is going to be swung on, and looks like it is going to be brought in for another base hit. Close play at first base, and is going to be marked safe. Play ended up being just a bit closer than it initially seemed,
Number 8,
but still able to reel it in as Tipton comes to bat. Tipton started off this one as the pitcher for Portsmouth West, has since been sent out of the mound, again in favor of Kessinger. Runners on first and second here, starting to pour on a bit for the Senators. And here's the pitch, and this one is going to be high up into right field, and it is going to be caught for out number 3. So no runs produced there by the Senators. However, able to get a couple hits, but not enough to bring anyone home. Heading into the bottom of the 3rd inning, Waverly up here 6-0 on Total Media Sports. Back in a moment.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
thetelegramnews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, theteleGramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at theteleGramNews.com.
Check it out.
And back here at Waverly High School in the bottom of the 3rd inning, 6-0 to score, and the Tigers getting ready to come up to bat. And it looks like Gunnar Myers is going to be coming in next for Waverly. Gunnar Myers, designated hitter, comes in again here. Of course, his brother Sawyer also on the team. We've seen him at the plate as well. And, of course, that last out for the Tigers, of course, the Tigers produced on the Senators. The credit there goes to Hunter Houck. He was the one who produced that out. Just want to make sure everybody gets their equal credit and equal due. This here looks like, I don't think we had ourselves another change, did we? And that looks like it is still Kessinger. There for a second it looked like maybe we might have had another one, but no, it is still Kessinger.
Gunnar Myers.
And here comes Gunnar Myers. Up against Kessinger here to lead off the bottom of the 3rd. And here comes the first pitch to Myers, and this was going to get sent over and dropped, and Myers is going to make it no. He's going to be called out. What a hustle play there by the Senators, and able to get Gunnar Myers out somehow, making a negative into a positive somehow, some way there. Definitely not for a lack of effort there, though, for Myers. And Mason Sparks comes up to bat. 1 out already, and a very close call at first base. Called that one a bit soon, and that was going to be fouled off. 0-1 the count here to Sparks. Here comes the 0-1 pitch from Kessinger, and this one's going to be just in the corner for strike 2. That one another close one. A little low, but just getting that corner. 0-2 the count. Already 1 out here. And a quick start to the bottom of the 3rd. And this is going to be popped and fouled. Count remains 0-2 here. Sparks, of course, plays center field here for the Tigers this evening. And here comes the 0-2 pitch. And this one is going to be out for ball 1. 1-2 the count. And came a little close for comfort. This one's going to be a swing and a miss. And there is out number 2. And going back to the top again, Cage Alexander coming to bat.
Number 1, Cage Alexander.
Already 2 outs here for the Waverly Tigers. Did not take long to produce those 2. Of course, Cox waiting on deck here possibly for the Tigers. And here's the first pitch to Alexander, and this one's going to be called ball one. Outside, 1-0 the count to Cage. Pitch coming, and that one's going to be high. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Alexander steps outside. The count. Kessinger's pitch coming, and this one is going to be, looks like they're saying ball 3. 3-0, one more, and Alexander will get a walk. And that one goes out, and Alexander makes his way to first. Got Tiger on base. And now Cox coming up.
The shortstop, number 24, Caleb Cox.
Cox coming up here already again, 2 outs here for the Tigers in the bottom of the third. Got Alexander on first, 6-0 the score here. And here's a pitch, and this one's going to be popped up, and it's going to be reeled in. Can they make the play at first? They do. There's out number 3. No runs here for the Waverly Tigers. And heading into the top of the 4th inning, Senators coming up to bat. We'll be back here in just a moment on Total Media Sports.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, TheTelegramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at TheTelegramNews.com.
Check it out.
And back into the top of the 4th inning here at Tiger Town, where the Portsmouth West Senators getting ready to come up to bat again. First inning, may I add, for the Waverly Tigers, where they were unable to produce a run. We're able to get 1 on base off of a walk to Cage Alexander, but not able to get a run in the 3rd inning. So back here to the top of the 4th, where the Senators will be batting. Taking a second here to warm up, I'd like to thank our sponsors again: First National Bank, Botkin Hornback Funeral Home, Kirchhoff Automotive, Klinkers Automotive, and also we've got Klinkers Lumber, should I say, and Quick Stop Lube and Tire of Piketon. So thank you to our sponsors once again here for making tonight's broadcast possible. And here comes the pitch from Spriggs, and that one's going to be low. By Spriggs and Kegley batting. 1-0 pitch. 6-0 again in the top of the 4th. Pitch coming by Spriggs. This one's going to be high up, and it's going to go towards center field. And will they be able to make the play? Yes, sir. Sparks able to produce out number 1. That one going way back, but able to get out number 1. Rapp coming up to bat for the Senators. 1 down, 1 already at bat. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be called strike 1. Curveball there, 0-1 the count. They'll be outside, 1-1. Missed through that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch, and this one is going to be called strike two. 1-2 the count. See what Spriggs can do here. Already 2 strikes called. 1-2 pitch coming, and this one's going to be a swing and a miss. Another strikeout for Spriggs. Out number 2. And here we go.
Number 3, Picklesheimer.
Picklesheimer coming up to bat for the Senators. 2 outs. Pitch here by Spriggs is going to be swung on and missed. A little bit of a messed up pitch, but still swung on that one for called strike 1. No balls, 1 strike. Here comes the pitch here by Spriggs, and this one's going to be popped up, and are they going to be able to make the play? Yes, sir, they do, and that was going to be reeled in by Myers for out number 3. No runs for the Senators, and still the score remains 6-0 in favor of the Waverly Tigers, and into the bottom of the 4th inning here on Total Media Sports. Back in just a moment.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
thetelegrammnews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, thetelegrammnews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
thetelegrammnews.com.
Subscribe today at thetelegrammnews.com.
Check it out.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
6-0 is the score heading into the bottom of the 4th inning. The Waverly Tigers getting ready to come up to bat and with the lead over the Senators of Portsmouth West. Last inning, unable to produce any runs, but with Hunter Houck coming up to bat, we'll see what the Tigers can do in here. Hunter Houck, and here he comes up to bat. Quick little discussion up here at the mound between Kessinger and catcher. Here we go again with Hunter Houck. Overall, though, great showing here on the plate for the Tigers this evening. Here comes the leadoff pitch, and this one is going to be outside for ball 1. 1-0 the count. That one going way right. Here comes a 1-0 pitch, and this one is going to be just in the corner for strike 1. 1-1 the count. Pitch coming by Kessinger, and this one is going to be popped into the direction of Kessinger and gets it over to first for out number 1. Houck up and Houck down, and Armstrong making his way out to bat. Already 1 out produced here for the Tigers on the bottom of the 4th. And up to bat for, I believe, the 3rd time this evening for him. Here's a pitch, and this one is going to be popped into the direction of first base for out number 2. 2 up, 2 down for the Tigers again. Very familiar situation.
First baseman, number 21, Liam Cross.
Cross coming up, and already 2 outs here, feeling like it was in the bottom of the 3rd. Last couple innings have just went by here for the Tigers. It's Cross, the first baseman, up to bat once again here against Kessinger. Here comes the first pitch, and this one is going to be in Down the middle for strike one. No balls, one strike. The count to Liam Cross. Here's a pitch. This one's going to be high up in left field, and it is going to be caught for out number 3. No runs once again produced for the Tigers, and bringing us into the top of the 5th inning. Waverly up 6-0, and the Senators coming up to bat once again here on Total Media Sports.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or...
Welcome to you.
Did you...
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, TheTelegramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
The TelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at TheTelegramNews.com.
Check it out.
Back here at Waverly High School for the top of the 5th inning. Hayden Milliken here with you again. Thank you to our sponsors, Botkin Hornback Funeral Home of Waverly, First National Bank, Quick Stop Lube and Tire, Kirchhoff Automotive, and we got Clinkers Lumber and Builder Supplies as well. And the Portsmouth West Senators getting ready to come up to bat again at 2-1-2-3 innings for the Waverly Tigers. Well, there was a walk in the 3rd inning, but here in the top of the 5th, Senators here up to bat again, and as they say, time waits for no man, and already here to the 5th inning. This one's starting to pick up the speed a bit. Detweiler up here to bat again for West. Long at bat for him last time he was up here. And Braylon Spriggs getting ready here for the leadoff pitch. 6-0 here at the top of the 5th inning. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to be low and into the dirt. Yeah. 1-0 the count to Detweiler. And here's the pitch. And this one is going to be a little low, but just in for strike one. Curveball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Detweiler. 6-0, top of the 5th inning for those just tuning in. And this one's going to be sent right into the hands of third baseman Sawyer Myers. But
Number 13.
going to be out. Pitch comes up to bat. 1 Senator down already. Sawyer Myers producing that out. Here comes a pitch, and this one is going to be low and in the dirt. Really? 1-0 pitch. And this one is going to be fouled back. Hits 1-1 the count. It's 1 ball, 1 strike to him, and here's Spriggs' pitch, 1-1, and this one's going to be ball 2. Two one to count. And here's the 2-1 pitch, and this is going to be popped up into right field. This is going to be in foul territory. They might try and make it a play on this one, but can't. This one goes beyond the fence, and 2-2 will be the count. Good hustle there by the Tigers, but all in vain. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here comes a 2-2 pitch from Spriggs. And this one is going to be a swing and a miss. Out number 2. And another strikeout here for Braylon Spriggs. They're starting to pour on.
Number 26, Patton.
Spriggs has 2 down here, and Patton at the plate. Here in the top of the 5th inning. 6-0, Waverly up. Here's the first pitch by Spriggs, and this one is going to be in the corner, just inside for strike 1. Raising that corner there, good pitch by Spriggs. 0-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch coming, and this one is going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 0-2 the count here already. 2 strikes out the get-go here for this at-bat. And here comes the 0-2 pitch by Spriggs. And this one is going to be just a little bit high there. A little out of reach for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Already 2 outs here. 1-2 pitch coming, and it is going to be curved and 2-2. Count even here, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch by Spriggs, and this one is going to be popped into the direction of the shortstop. Cox gets over to first base. 2 cross, 4 out, number 3. Still no runs here for the West Senators heading into the bottom of the 5th inning with the Tigers coming to bat here on Total Media Sports. We'll be back in just 1 minute.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, TheTelegramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at TheTelegramNews.com.
Check it out.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Hayden Milliken here with you in the bottom of the 5th inning where the Waverly Tigers have a 6-0 lead and a 2-inning drought for them with no runs produced since the 3rd inning. And the Tigers, should I say since the 2nd. So the Tigers coming up here to bat again.
16, Landon Ramey.
Ramey coming up to bat. Also a pitcher sometimes for the Tigers, not this evening. This evening, Ramey at left field. Normally he comes in relief when he does pitch. Ramey at the plate here. It's Kessinger. Since they made that pitching change, they've stuck with Kessinger. And there is going to be a pitch here just a little bit outside. First offering, 1-0 the count. One ball, no strikes. Pitch coming to Ramey, and this one's going to be a line drive into first base, and it's going to be out. Ramey up, Ramey down. And Sawyer Myers looks like he is coming up next.
The third baseman, number 2, Sawyer Myers.
1 out already here for the Tigers. Bottom of the 5th. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be low. Can't keep it in. It's going to be 1 ball, no strikes to Sawyer Myers. 1-0 pitch coming, and this one's going to be a wild pitch. That pitch going way back to the backstop. 2-0 the count. 2-0 pitch, and this one is going to be swung. It's going to be towards right center, and it's going to be dropped. Sawyer Myers rounding first, heading towards second. Looks like they're going to get him here at the plate, and he slides in safely. Couldn't get it. So Myers slides in, And looks like Myers will be on second.
The designated hitter.
Close play there,
7,
could not reel it in.
Myers.
Gunnar Myers coming up now for Waverly. Sawyer on second, Gunnar now at the bat. Of course, that one's going to be a double for Sawyer. Gunnar comes in, and so I can have a pinch runner perhaps. Yes, that is what's going on. Sawyer Myers is good.
Tigers number 35, Dres Bolin.
Dres Bolin seeing his first outing here, and he's now going to be on second place pinch running. Knob over here talking to Myers. And will make his way back over. Directing traffic here, and first pinch runner we've seen this evening. Gunnar Myers getting ready to come up here to bat. Still runner on second base. Here's a pitch, and this one is going to be towards the shortstop. The play is going to be made on Dres at third base, but they slid in, and I can say he's safe. No, he's out. So Dres is getting a close one there. He's marked out. There's out number 2.
Mason Sparks.
Mason Sparks coming up to bat for the Tigers, and 2 down already. A runner on first. Shaping up the bat here is to bunt is Sparks. Looked like it for a moment. Steps back in, and that one's going to be called strike 1. 0-1 the count here to Sparks. Again, 1 on base, 6-0 the score. 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th. Waverly up. 0-1 pitch, and this one is going to be popped towards first base. They're going to go for the one at second, and there is going to be the 3rd out. So no runs here still for the Tigers, heading into the top of the 6th inning, where Waverly is up 6-0 here on Total Media Sports. Back in just a moment.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
thetelegrammnews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, thetelegrammnews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
thetelegrammnews.com.
Subscribe today at thetelegrammnews.com.
Check it out.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
6-0 is the score here in the top of the 6th inning. Again, we'd like to thank our sponsors, Quick Stop Lube and Tire, Botkin Hornback Funeral Home, First National Bank of Waverly, Kirchhoff Automotive, and Clinkers Lumber and Builder Supplies. Thank you again to those sponsors here. Top of the 6th inning, time flying here as we're reaching home stretch here shortly. Top of the 6th inning. Waverly, it's been since the 2nd inning since they've been able to produce a run. Another 3-out inning for them. No runs produced the last one. Cornell up here to bat and going back to the top of the rotation for Portsmouth West. A contest that has been all Waverly here, if for those just tuning in. Cornell leading off the 6th inning. Pitch is coming here, and this one is going to be hit on towards left field, but are they going to make the play? They do. So it is going to be out number 1 for left fielder Ramey.
Number 7, Kessinger.
Kessinger coming up to bat now. 1 down already for the Senators. Kessinger pitching for Portsmouth West. See his way up once again to the plate. Up here against Spriggs, who's been out for the whole time, and this one is going to be a little high, ball one. Of course, West quickly made a pitching change, and yet to make one here are the Waverly Tigers. 1-0 the count here, 1 out on top of the 6th, 6-0 the score. Pitch coming here, the 1-0, and it is going to be low, ball 2. 2-0 the count here to Kessinger. And here comes Spriggs' 2-0 pitch. And this one's going to be curved, and it's going to go towards right field. It's going to go way back to foul territory, and it drops. So it's going to be 2-1. Again, trying to make a play on that one. That one a little more manageable, but still 2 on the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two on count. Pitch coming, and this one is going to be out for ball 3. 3 balls, 1 strike. Three one, and this one is going to be full. Count is full, 3-2. Curveball there, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody on base here with 1 out. And the full count pitch coming, and this one's going to be fouled. There's a pickup truck just behind the dugout there. Well, if it's Jeff's, then hopefully it does get hit. And here comes the full count pitch, and this one is going to be over to first base to, that's going to be to cross for another out. 2 outs. And if General, you go back watching this, I didn't mean that. Don't come for me. Tipton coming to bat. Game close, though. 2 outs here for the Senators. Pitch coming here to Tipton, and this one is going to be popped up. It's going to go way back towards center, and it's going to be caught by Sparks for out number 3. Still no runs produced by the Senators as we head to the bottom of the 6th inning with the Tigers coming up to bat here on Total Media Sports.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, TheTelegramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at TheTelegramNews.com.
Check it out.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Here in the bottom of the 6th inning, Hayden Milliken here with you. The Waverly Tigers up 6-0, and a bit of a tradition over here as we got Stevie Wonder playing. Tip the cap there by Knob. Can't go wrong with Stevie Wonder, though. We were talking about that a moment ago, and it's just true. This looks like Cage will be batting here for the Tigers. Talking a few things out here with the up. Signaling over for Knob, but no. Warming up here for a moment. Again, thank you to Quick Stop Lube and Tire, Bach and Hornback Funeral Home, First National Bank, Clinkers Lumber and Builder Supplies, and Kirchhoff Automotive. Our sponsors, and of course, you can join the sponsorship bandwagon yourself, local business. You want to take part in this, what you got to do is reach out to Total Media. And if you're interested in sponsoring, different sponsorship options to invest into. And here comes Cage.
Tigers. Number 1, Cage Alexander.
Alexander up here to bat. Just a moment. For that, of course, can't do a 7th inning stretch with this being a 7-inning game. Of course, playing Take Me Out to the Ball Game in the 5th inning. 5th inning stretch. Close enough, a little bit of a substitute for it. And here's the pitch to Alexander, swinging a miss. Curves there, and it's going to be no balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch coming in the Cage, and this one is going to just get the corner there. Strike 2. Close one right there, 0-2. Pitch coming for Alexander, and this one is going to be popped to the shortstop. Play going to be made at first base, and they will get Cage out. 1 down for the Tigers.
The shortstop, number 24.
And Cox coming up.
Caleb Cox.
Cox at shortstop in the infield for the Tigers. 1 up, 1 down in the bottom of the 6th inning. 6-0 is the score. Here comes the pitch to Cox, and this one's going to be fouled. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here to Cox. 1 out already. Pitch coming, and this one's going to be high up. It's going to go towards left center. Going to go closer to left field. It's going to be caught for out number 2. Cox is out. 2 outs for the Tigers. And Hogg coming up. Quickly, 2 outs here for the Tigers in the 6th. Waverly up here 6-0 for those just tuning in here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 down for the Tigers. Great performance tonight by Waverly. Able to produce 2 great innings at the plate. And no runs by the Senators, not been able to respond. And here's the pitch. This is going to be outside. 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's a 1-0 pitch, and this one is going to be a bit high, 2-0. Just a little outside, getting that corner there almost, but 2-0 the count. And 2-0 to Hunter Houck, and this one is going to be fouled. Two on the count, 2 balls, 1 strike. Kessinger's pitch coming in a moment here. 2-1 pitch, and swing and a miss. Two pitch coming, and this one is going to be strike 3. Just getting in there, and 3 hour outs for the Tigers. And see if Waverly can close it off here against Portsmouth West in the top of the 7th inning when the Senators come up to bat here on Total Media Sports.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, thetelegramnews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
Thetelegramnews.com.
Subscribe today at thetelegramnews.com.
Check it out.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Heading into the top of the 7th inning, and the last chance here for the Portsmouth West Senators, down by 6 runs here in the top of the 7th. 6-0 the score. Thank you to Mock and Hornback Funeral Home, First National Bank of Waverly, Quick Stop Lube and Tire, Kirchhoff Automotive, and also Clinkers Lumber and Builder Supplies. Coming up one last time here for Portsmouth West, and definitely an uphill battle to climb, to put it in mildest terms. And have not been able to respond this whole contest. We'll see what Portsmouth West does as a last-ditch effort here against Waverly, where it looks like Kegley coming up to bat.
Leading off for the Senators, number 4, Kegley.
Kegley leading off the 7th and final inning here. A little bit of CCR being played now. Spriggs going to close this one out for Waverly, looks like. And here's the first pitch, and this one is going to be called strike 1 on the corner.
Seems like a lot more.
And here's the 0-1 pitch, and a swing and a miss, strike 2. Already 0-2 here to Kegley. The 0-2 pitch coming, and this one's going to be outside, ball 1. Bit of a messed up pitch, 1-2. See if Spriggs can respond here, and this one's going to be popped up high into left center, and it is going to be caught for out number 1 by Sparks.
Number 20, Rapp.
Still made the victory lap, though, for a second in Kegley. Rapp coming up, 1 down for Portsmouth West.
Nope.
6-0 here in the top of the 7th. 1 Senator down, 2 more to go before ball game. This one's going to be popped up and fouled. 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Curves, and this one's going to be popped into the direction of Cox. Going to get it over to cross at first, and it's going to be out number 2. One more out to go. Last opportunity here for the Senators. As looks like Pickle Simmer coming back in. Spriggs pitch coming, and this one is going to be strike 1. Curveball there by Spriggs. Nice pitch. 0-1 the count. Spriggs 0-1 pitch coming, and this one going to drop curve here again, and strike 2. 1 more strike to go. 0-2 the count. Here comes the 0-2 pitch by Spriggs, and a swing and a miss, and that's ball game. 6-0, the final score here. The Waverly Tigers have won their home opener and their home conference opener, knocking off the Portsmouth West Senators by a score of 6-0. Portsmouth West will go to 0-2 in the SOC3. However, the Waverly Tigers able to pick up their first win in the conference, 1-1, their record in the SOC3. Keep it right here. In just a minute, we'll wrap this one up before we take it home. So keep it right here on Total Media Sports. Back in just a moment.
Did you know Jackson is home to a locally owned and operated full-service print shop? Zip Printing covers all your print, signage, and design needs. From business cards, booklets, and posters to yard signs, banners, screen-printed t-shirts, oversized signage, and more. We can help you or your business advertise and look good doing it. Zip Printing also offers logo design. Allow us to assist you in building or elevating your brand today. Zip Printing is located in the Stockmeister Plaza at 708 East Main Street in Jackson, Ohio. So stop in or give us a call at 740-286-3023.
This just in.
The Telegram News has a new website.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Same dedicated coverage.
Same trustworthy news with a brand new look.
Covering Jackson and Benton counties and surrounding areas.
Locally owned and operated, TheTelegramNews.com has its finger on the pulse of the community.
Stay up to date on local events, high school sports, and breaking news.
TheTelegramNews.com.
Subscribe today at TheTelegramNews.com.
Check it out.
You've been watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.
Final score here this evening, the Waverly Tigers win it 6-0 over the Portsmouth West Senators. Looking ahead for the Waverly Tigers this week, tomorrow we'll be here for this one on Total Media Sports at home against Lucasville Valley. On Thursday, they take on the Oak Hill Oaks at the VA Memorial Stadium. Of course, we're not able to play the last one, weather looking a little bit better. And then Saturday away at Vinton County at noon. So the Tigers will be hitting the road for non-conference competition. As for the Portsmouth West Senators, now 0-4 overall on the season. Waverly, by the way, is 3-2, counting non-conference. Upcoming games this week for the Senators. Tomorrow they'll be home at the Rock when they take on Wheelersburg. Friday they take on Northwest, also at VA Memorial Stadium. So both teams here this week making treks over to Chillicothe to the VA to compete. So that'll do it here for us one last time. Thank you to our sponsors, Quick Stop Lube and Tire of Piketon, First National Bank, Kirchhoff Automotive, Botkin, Hornback Funeral Home, and Clinkers Lumber and Builder Supplies. Again, the final score here this evening from the Hill at Waverly High School, Waverly 6, Portsmouth West nothing. Thank you to our stream operators here this evening, Julian Villarreal and also Daniel Schumacher up here with us today. So the final score again, 6-0. This is Hayden Milliken saying so long, everybody.
Thanks for watching the Scioto Valley Game of the Week live on Total Media Sports YouTube.